The market have gone down as expected over the week, and right now is weekend. So what next for the price of Bitcoin? Because a lot of persons are expecting more dump. And I'm going to show you why that is a possibility in this very video. And this is a very simple price action analysis. So just pay attention and watch the video all the way to the very end. If you look at it, market dump into this very area of $108,000, and then right now, as a result of this very dump, remember in my last video I made mention of this very point of interest, that the market is going to come in here and the market is going to come back down, or market come into this very area of interest as well before the market is going to come back down. However, market did not come into this very point. We see the market come into this very area, and that was very nice, because when I saw this very candle, I was very sure that this point is definitely going to obey and the market begin to crash all the way to the downside. And this is very, very important, because from here, between this area, okay, of $107,000 and where the market is right now, we should see the market retrace upward. And the point I am expecting are these various points on price action right now. And the first point you should pay attention to is this very area. I know there is a point of interest at this very point, but I will not consider it, because if the market should move upward, the market should cover this very area, okay, and that will make us to move a little bit upward into this very area of $11,000. Okay, that is $111,000. So from here, market should move upward between this price level of $107K to where the market is right now. Within this point, market should retrace. Okay, so what I'm expecting on the price of BTC USDT 4-hour chart is for retracement to come into the market before continuation to the downside. Of course, I want to really pay attention to this very level. Remember, this level right here is coming from this very area, market move upward, and also this very area, market move upward. So these are very important block to pay attention to, okay, other block to pay attention to. And why this is important as well is because if the market has respected this, what do you think if market come into this very area? So there is a high likelihood that the market may not dump below this very point. However, I want to see a fair swing. Okay, a fair swing is one of those confirmation that I will see on this price action, Bitcoin USDT 4-hour chart, and then I will be very sure that market will not go down again. That means if we see market move up, come back down, fail to create a low that is lower than this low right here and this low right at this point, then I'll be sure that market is going to move upward. However, we need to wait for that to happen, because it's going to take some time for this to form. But on the immediate short term, from this very point of $107,000 and where the market is right now of $109,000, expect the market to retrace. That's my opinion, into this area and then continuation to the downside. This is what I am personally looking at right now on the price of BTC USDT 4-hour chart. If you look at the price of Ethereum, in my last video, I made mention of this very consolidation area. And I said that if market move upward, then we're going to see this very point of interest hold the market. That means if market break here, it's going to move and then still come back down. And if market just break out, then it's going to come back down. Very important. What I was expecting is either the market move upward and come back down, or it just come back down straight after breakout of this level of support. And that was what we see right here. So it played out on the chart. So right now, retracement, very important. So retracement, and the area of interest, of course, is this very point where the market breakout. So market should move into this point. This support should act as resistance for the market to come back down again. That is what I'm expecting right now on the price of ETH USDT 4-hour chart. So pay attention to market retracing. So to be very specific on the price of ETH from this very point, okay, where we see this very deep, that is $3,816 to where the market is right now of $3,900. Within this very point, we should expect retracement to come into the market on the immediate short time. I know this is weekend, but this retracement have to come in despite the fact that this is weekend already. So expect retracement, guys, okay, before continuation to the downside. That possibility is very high because if you come to the 1-day chart, look at the 1-day chart right here on the price of ETH, you discover that this very chart is very, very bearish. However, if you look at the way the market has moving downward, market has moved down significantly. Considering the 1-day chart, the market moved all the way from here up to this very point. Market can relax, come back down again before the final move to the upside, because that is what I am paying attention to. Market relax, okay, that means retrace, come back down a little bit before the final move to the upside on the 1-day chart. This is very important. So if you look at the 1-day chart on ETH USDT, the market is very bearish, very, very bearish. And notwithstanding, I'm expecting retracement to come in from where the market is right now on the 1-day chart and this very point, okay? Retracement, a possible continuation before the final move to the upside. And this chart is going to take some time to form because this is the 1-day chart. Of course, I know you know that. And if you come to the price of Pi, I said the market is going to come back down on the price of Pi. Especially, I want to see the market enter into this very level. Market did not really enter into the area of interest, and that what we see most time on price action. Market will not enter into the area of interest, but we'll see market approaching it, and then there are candlestick patterns or chart pattern that you will want to find out on the lower time frame within this very area to guarantee that the market is not going to move up again. Once you see that, then market is going to come back down, and that was why I was talking about this very area, okay, that market is going to come back down from here. So from where the market is right now, of course, retracement should come in, because if you look at the way the market moved from the perspective of momentum trading, it is discovered that this move cannot be compared with what we saw right here. Market came back down aggressively, and if you look at the way the market is coming back down here, it's not longer aggressive. What that means is the bears are not really willing to push the market all the way to the downside. So it means there are, little pressure coming out from the bulls trying to push the market every time the market want to be going down from the bears. So what that also implies is that the market have capability of moving up for a retracement, and that retracement should happen within this very area, okay, this very point of 0.25, and where the market is right now of 0.26. So very small area, okay. Retracement should come in, and the level you should expect this retracement to go into is this very point right here. I want to be very specific on the price of Pi because a lot of pioneers are following this very channel. So from this very point, this area, okay, is an area of interest on this price action. So market should move into this point. That's my opinion. Market should move from here into this very area. Okay, from here, market should come back down again, approaching this very point where the market is going to move from. So what I'm expecting on the price of Pi is for the market to move from here upward, entering into this area of interest that is our order block area right here. So this is what you must have to pay attention to, or keep your eye on this to be in the right direction of the market, in my opinion. And if you look at the price of Solana, if you've been following this channel, you discover that I talk about Solana retracing, but the retracement was not significant. I expected Solana to retrace significantly into this very area, but you see, Solana have one of the least retracement compared to Bitcoin. Market just retraced a little bit and then continue to dump all the way to the downside. I was expecting the market to retrace into this area before continuation. That was my expectation. Of course, I was still expecting market to come back down, but this retracement should have increased a little bit upward okay, into this very area, point of interest. So from here, market can come back down. But what we saw right here is very, very different. Market did not really even come into this very point of resistance. Market just moved a little bit into this area and then begin to come back down. And this move was very, very significant. If you expand the chart a little bit, you see that is very, very significant right here. Okay, so right now, of course, retracement, no doubt, retracement is going to come in on this very price action. In my opinion, market should retrace from here, this price level of 187, okay, to where the market is right now of 195, 187 to 195. Within this area, market should move upward, okay, then market should come back down. Of course, this very point is the area you should pay attention to. I will mark that out very clearly. This very point, this very area, you see there is a point of interest here, but I don't want to take this point of interest because of obvious reason, and one of those reasons is because of this very rejection candle. So there was a rejection here, so I want to pick this very point. I know this is not a familiar technical analysis concept, but it's one of the things that I watch out on price action as well. Sometimes market, reacts into point of rejection that has happened in the past that was a support, can turn resistance before the market will come back down. So I don't want to take this area of interest. Instead of me taking this area of interest, I will consider this very point important. Okay, I will consider this very area important, this other block area. Okay, so if you look at the chart right now, you discover that it looks so beautiful. Is that not true? So from here, from this very point, market move here, come back down, or market move into this area and come back down. These are very, very important possibilities on the price of SOL for our chart right now. From this moment moving forward, please don't neglect to maybe look at this perspective of mine and also see how it aligns with your own strategy or what you are looking at in the market, because we may not be looking at the same thing, okay, at the time. But when price action begin to form, you begin to see that maybe my perspective was wrong, and maybe your own was right, or mine was right and yours was wrong. So let's look at different perspectives. So what do you think about this very price action on Solana? Do you think that SOL is going to retrace from here, first of all? Do you think it's going to retrace within this area? That's the first thing. And if it will retrace, where will it retrace to? Is it retrace into this point and then come back down? Or do you think it will have that capability of retracing 100% from where it moved from for this very last impulse before it will come back down? Comment below in the comment section of this video right now. I'm very interested in this Solana price action, because you see, when SOL begin to move, a lot of SOL that's not Solana right now, but a lot of token that is on the Solana ecosystem will begin to do well as well, just like Ethereum. So from here, retracement. Look at SUI here. SUI moved down significantly as well, just like Solana, okay? And retracement, of course, retracement. So if you look at it, all the price action I've talked about, all of them should experience retracement this weekend, entering into Monday probably. So I'm expecting the market to retrace. That is my opinion. And from here, I have a point of interest that is very clear on price action from here to this very point. Okay, very clear point of interest. So market should retrace into this area for the price of SUI. From here, retracement. I know it's too close, but we can experience rejection, because if you look at the way the market is coming down, come down from here to this area, this was just consolidation, breaks out, consolidation, breakout, and then market should retrace, in my opinion. Of course, we can also have consolidation here. because consolidation is another form of retracement, of course, and then we can then have a breakout before the markets will finally move upward. So that possibility is there, but I'm not looking at that now. Why? Because since the markets consolidate at this point, this area, consolidate as this area, breakout, I'm not expecting consolidation again, okay? I'm not expecting consolidation again. It has happened twice. The possibility of it happening again is there, but it's very, very low for me, like 30%. 70% it should retrace and then come back down, or retrace into this area, which is another point of interest, and then come back down. This is very important on these various price action. If you trade SUI, or you have coin that is on the SUI ecosystem, that means once we begin to see some interesting move on the price of SUI, of course, those token or coin that is on the SUI ecosystem is going to maybe have maybe significant move, even though it's not much. The same thing to Solana. You see Pi right here is going to move upward, okay, into this area. That's my opinion. And if you look at Ethereum, retracement as well. All the price action today should experience retracement. Retracement should happen here. And on Bitcoin, retracement should happen right here, okay, into this very area. So this is what I am expecting right now. That does not mean you should take a position, except you were shorting the market, okay? And even though you were shorting the market and retracement should come in, then that means you should be considering taking profit for the retracement to come in, because nobody knows 100% of the time, 100% out of 100, where retracement is going to pause. Okay, if you predict 100%, then out of that 100 is correct. It doesn't work like that. However, if you enter a trade here, let's say on futures, a market has moved this much, maybe for day trading or swing trading, then it's better to, in my opinion, to collect some profits for this retracement to come in, because it can even come into these points and make you be in no profit anymore, or at break even, or even in loss. It happens most of the time. So this is what you need to pay attention to, all these various charts. Retracement this weekend, my personal opinion. You may have something contrary, and that is very okay. So this is what I am looking at right now on these various price action. And one interesting thing I want to point out in this video is the altcoin index. We see significant dump in the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pi, so a lot of coin, 99% of coin is coming back down. But if you look at the altcoin index, it's still maintaining stability, okay, from what we saw in my last price action video at 72. This is 71, despite the fact that market has been going down for the past 48 hours. What that means is the market still maintain this stability, that the market is still going to pump in the next coming weeks, and this is my personal opinion, because if we should see this drop a little bit to like 60 or 55, then it could have taken maybe a lot of time for it to move again back to 70. But for the fact that it's at 71 over 100, it means that once liquidity begin to flow back into the market, then this can easily shift back to 82, which we saw sometime last week or week before. So this is what you need to pay attention to. Despite the fact that the fear and greed index have shifted into the fear area, it's okay, because market dumped, so we should expect the market to drop this much. I'm not really concerned about the fear and greed index. I'm not saying it's not a good parameter to watch. It is, but market can easily flip into the greed zone when it comes to the fear and greed index. And the crypto market capitalization, global crypto market cap, have dropped significantly. The last time it was $3.9 trillion. Right now it's 3.75. Very, very significant drop. And of course, the Bitcoin and Ethereum option expired today. So a lot of dump was expected since 2 days ago in anticipation for that expiration of the option. And that is why we see all these crazy dump as well in the market, together with some other fundamental news. So this is very important, guys. And If you come to this very area, which is the Telegram channel, like I always say, very important community to join. If you've not joined, link in the description of this video right now and also in the pinned comment. I can say that you're going to enjoy it, especially when the aggressive pump begin to come into the market. Of course, I'll be dropping the list when I see that the market is stable. Anytime I see that, maybe from the 1-day chart perspective, and I see that this retracement or this dump we are seeing in the market have ended, I'm going to give that very list of coin to buy both layer 1, layer 2 meme token for this very next pump we are all expecting in this very market. So this is what you need to pay attention to right now, guys. Pay attention to all of these, very important to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto content like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.